I've just learned that I can control this camera from my phone, which I'm doing right now. Like, I'm watching myself. Like, it's probably Inception. And I'm actually mind blown by that. That's amazing. I can change all the settings. I can crank my ISO. That's sick. I hate the fact this is glaring though. Madness. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're talking about what's in my camera bag 2020. So a couple months ago I did a what I took travelling camera kit edition. This is a slightly different video. This is what's in my camera kit 2020 because what I took travelling was 2018 to 2019 and my kit has changed. I've tried to minimalise it down a bit. I've got some new upgrades and stuff. So we're going to go through this. I find these videos really interesting to watch, which is why I'm making one now. But it's also quite interesting for me to look back on next year and see how my kit has evolved and how I'm using different kit. But yeah, that being said, let's jump straight in. So I've mentioned this bag hundreds of times, but the bag I'm using is, almost spilled my coffee, the WANDRD Provoke 31 litre backpack. I won't go in detail on this because I've made a whole video on it. As I've mentioned hundreds of times, I am in love with this bag, so we won't go into detail for that. This is about what's in the bag today. But yeah, starting at the front though, in the big ass front pocket, got a notebook and a pen is in the notebook. This doesn't get used. That scared me. This doesn't get used a lot. This has only actually been written in twice. This notebook, I kind of specifically keep it in there for special moments, as cringy as that sounds. Just when I'm taking a photo and I'm kind of blown away by the situation is when I use this and write in it and detail that situation. In the side of the bag, got the Joby GORRILAPOD. I need a new one badly. This thing is knackered. It's, yeah, the legs are nowhere near as stiff as they used to be. The plate on the ball head doesn't come out anymore because it got thrown around when I was travelling. Not by me. Yeah, it's destroyed the plate up and I need a new one, really. So, but that's current tripod is the Joby GORRILAPOD 3K. I think it's the 3K, the old version. So the main thing has changed, and the main thing in my camera bag is obviously the camera. The camera I'm currently using is the Sony A7 III, which I'm filming on right now. So can't show you that. But yeah, that's probably the biggest change to this kit since that travelling edition, because I've got a brand new body. So yeah, that's the biggest change. I have to say I'm absolutely loving the Sony. It is so good. I'm so glad I upgraded, and the low light on it is insane. I've got it with the Sony 28 to 70mm, which is also in use right now filming this. With the Sony setup, I've also got the 85mm 1.8. I got this with the camera as well. I've like purchased it separately with the camera. This lens is so crispy. I absolutely love it. It's great for street photography, which I do a lot of, as you know. It's great for portraits. It's just awesome. I love the focal length of 85mm. I had a 35mm on the Nikon, which was crop censored, kind of equal to about 50mm, and I love that. And then but this punches in that little bit further, and yeah, absolutely love it. That's the only other lens I've currently got for the Sony. One of the biggest things I want to do with this setup is I want to keep it really minimal. I enjoy travelling and I enjoy travel photography a lot, and constantly swapping between lenses is a massive hassle. By the end of when I went travelling, I had 3 lenses in my bag, and yeah, as helpful it is to have all the focal lengths, I really want to keep my lens setup minimal but cover the focal lengths I want and will need. So in this main compartment I also keep my GoPro. This is a Hero 6. Just super handy to have a GoPro, to be honest. I love these things when I'm travelling or when I'm doing action sports or anything. I've currently got a bike mount on it at the moment because I've been doing some point of view from the bike. I've been mounting this to my bike when I've been going on bike rides and isolation and stuff. This is usually mounted onto my chest strap for point of view photography videos, like the Camden one and the London Bridge one. General day-to-day, this stays in the bag with the chest mount and the bike mount for when I am doing the bike stuff. And last camera in the bag is my DJI Mavic Air. I still absolutely love this thing. It is insane. I mean, look at the size of it. It's smaller than my head. It's mad. Yeah. Take it out of the box, and yeah, this thing is so compact. It's so good. The fact you can get 4K footage in this thing is mad to me. Awesome bit of kit. With the drone, I've also got 2 additional batteries. There's obviously a 3rd battery in the drone already, so I've got 2 spares. This gives me a total of about an hour's fly time. You get about 20 minutes per battery. Plenty of fly time per day. I've never been in a situation where I've wanted more batteries. If I did, I'd probably get some more. But yeah, perfect amount. Obviously we've got the controller for the Mavic Air. One of the best things about this controller is the fact that the joysticks unscrew off there and they tuck in under here really nicely, which is amazing. It keeps a really slim profile for this controller. You can slot it in pretty much anywhere in your bag. And the final thing actually in my camera cube is my little cleaning kit. Not really much in here, just a standard rocket blower, which I keep folded up. Pen cleaner, little brush, one end, and then that thing. I have no idea what this is. This isn't all the pen cleaners I've ever owned, and I've got no idea what it is. I've never even used it. I literally just use the brush. So if anyone knows what that is, let me know. And I keep a microfiber cloth in there as well. You never know when you're going to need to clean your kit. In the side of the bag, also for the drone, I have a set of Polar Pro ND filters for the drone as well. These are ND 4, 8 and 16. Yeah, I have to say, only recently I've really started appreciating ND filters. The more I've learned about filmmaking and filming, and yeah, the more I've realised that they're really, really handy to have. As you can see, I also keep a microfiber cloth in there as well in case they get dirty. Random little thing is I've got some Specsavers. I've got some Specsavers earplugs in here. Reason for them is I do a fair bit of concept photography, or I did before the big Rona. But yeah, really handy to keep in there if you're doing concept photography, because obviously it gets kind of loud in there. Protect your ears, don't really want to go deaf just yet. In the big compartment of this bag, I've got a little tripod with a phone holder on there. Just good for getting little hyperlapses if you want to quickly set up and film. It's good for a little holding phone if you're actually going to vlog with your phone, which I've only done once, and that was the street photography tips. This came in massively handy then. In fact, I've got a little photo of this in use. Pop it on screen now. But yeah, handy little tool to have, because smartphone cameras they're just mad nowadays, so really good to have that. I've also got the strap for the Sony in here. I've currently got a wrist strap on there, which I always leave on. It's a lot nicer just having a wrist strap. I don't like carrying it without some sort of strap because it freaks me out that I'm going to drop it. But I don't like neck straps. I do keep this in there though, however, is the time-old filmmaking tip of getting smooth B-roll handheld. Clip this on and pull it. Do this thing that they will tell you to do. Yeah, so I keep that in there just for that when I'm getting B-roll and stuff like that. You buy these and they come so nicely folded. You can never fold them like that. Oh, kind of did it. No, I didn't. Okay. The only other thing in the top of this bag is the hip straps for the WANDRD. And at the very top of the bag, I've got 3 things tucked in here. First one is my filter set. So I've got a variable ND for a 67mm thread, which is the 85 size, and it was my kit lens size on my Nikon. I've got a 67mm polarizer. Again, that fits the 85. Annoyingly not my kit lens at the moment, and you need to get filters for that. I also keep a little business card case in there with my business cards in. You never know when you're going to give them out. I printed off 100 business cards about a year ago, and I've probably given out about 5. So handy to have though, and it looks kind of cool. And a memory card case. Side note, something I learned very recently: if you're going to take out spare memory cards with you, make sure they're empty. I went on a bike ride the other day just to get some B-roll. I feel like the GoPro and the drone, but luckily I keep mini SD cards in, micro SD cards in here as well. All of them were full up already. They were still full from travelling. I went travelling a year and a half ago, and they were still full. Wipe your spares. So yeah, they're now all wiped. I've got 2 spare standard size SD cards in here, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 spare 8GB micro SDs. I don't really know where they've come from. I've just collected little ones over the years. I thought I might as well keep them in there instead of a box, because then if I ever do need them, I've got, how many did I say? I've got a lot of spare memory in that box. I've also got adapters to standard size, so absolute worst case scenario, if I filled up all my standard SD cards, I can shove a micro into a adapter and then shove that in my camera. The read-write speed would be absolutely horrific, but saves me in a pinch. And that's it. No, that's not it. Final thing I have in this bag is spare batteries for the GoPro. I've got 3 batteries total. One of them's in the GoPro at the moment, and I've got 2 spares here. Yeah, same as always. You just never know when you're going to need spare batteries. So that's it. And that is literally all that's in my camera bag for 2020. I'm really trying to keep it minimal. As I say, I travel a lot. Well, I did travel a fair bit. So I like to keep my camera kit nice and light. And yeah, this is perfect at the moment. As I say, I've got some changes I want to do. I want to upgrade this lens, but I want to try and keep it really minimal. And this is my minimal, I don't know if I'd call this a minimalist setup or not, but it's pretty compact. For filming and for audio, I've got the Rode VideoMic Go mounted on the camera right now, which is in use now, recording this sound. So that's also it. But overall, it's a pretty small setup. Yeah, which I'm really happy with. I feel like I went through a stage with the Nikon where I wanted loads of kit. I wanted to be really professional and have loads of camera kit. And I kind of went through that stage. It's really annoying. I really like having a minimal setup. It takes all the thinking out as well. If you've got so much camera stuff, it's constantly like, oh, should I use this? This lens is good for that. This lens is good for that. What should I use this for? Whereas this, I know what everything does. It's nice and compact. It's good. It's good. If you don't know the film, shame on you. But yeah, that's it for me today. That's my camera kit. I hope you found it interesting. I know I find these types of videos interesting. Drop a like down below if you like the video. It does massively help out. I know I said it every time, but it does. Subscribe if you want to see more content and you want to support the channel. All the other stuff that YouTubers tell you to do. I'll see you next time. Peace. Got another one. Oh, it's on the microphone. Right, let's pop that over there. Oh, look at all this room for activities. Love it. I do feel like I'm forgetting something. Whoa.